Buenos dias and good morning, senor and senorita. Pleasure connecting with you and getting a chance to feel your energy. Let's connect, your heart to my heart, your worth to my worth, left side to left side. Yeah, that's right. Yes, feel that wonderful energy expanding, getting your heart larger and larger, your worth larger and larger. Yes, yes, do that. Yeah, okay, wonderful. Hold that space. Now send it out to the rest of the 8 billion that need it. Good. Now, there you go. Now, come on back. There you have it. Well, you know, we were having, well, we found out, Jamie and I, that the higher we went vibrationally and just the process and ourselves and explaining it and everything, the less and less and less people were following or signing up or whatever. It's like, okay, what's going on here? And I had a wonderful chat with Tim last night and talked about a few things. But yesterday morning I came down, I was here at the beach, and after I finished my videos, I went in and a long time ago, 10, 15 years ago, I used to read the Bible. And I loved especially some of the stories of Jesus and the things that he did, because I feel that that's there for us to recreate. Like, we're meant to do the same things. And so one of the stories that stood out was the loaves and fishes. And the story goes, that there was 5,000 men plus the women and children. So I just chalked it up to 10,000. And they were out in the countryside, and they were, it was like, how do we send them home to get fed? And he said, no, we'll feed them here. And so they went and got 5 fish, and there was 2 loaves, and he just fed all 10,000 with 5 fish and 2 loaves. Well, how did he do that? Now, he's been a model of mine, as well as many others, like the Masters of the Far East and Walter Russell, and so, like, how did that happen? How did he do that? And so that's what I did yesterday morning on the beach. I did that technique. I went. I remember so vividly the words that both the Bible said and both what the life and teachings of the Masters of the Far East said, and so I did that technique. I'd done it before, and I just forgot about it. And so that's what I did yesterday. We were having trouble getting these clients. Like, the higher our vibration was, the less people even knew what in the hell we were talking about. And so anyway, I did that, and when after I finished my infinite awareness, and back up from the office, and Jamie, about an hour later, sent me a text saying, I've got a client that's highly interested, taking the process. He knows you from 10 years ago up in Vancouver, and is very interested in talking to you. And we ended up talking last night, and he's incredibly interested, him and his 12 team members. So anyway, there you have it, loaves and fishes. And those aren't just stories, they're meant for us to embody that, and recreate it. And I forgot, I just got so caught up in the daily thing and got out of my unknown, unfamiliar, and uncertainty, and into the 3D tangible world, and started looking around from that perspective. And it's like having blinders on. It's literally like having blinders on. yeah, not being able to see the infiniteness of the other side, that non-logical, non-reason, and non-common sense. Yeah, that's where I need to be, and I've been there many times and created crazy, amazing things, like, you know, and right at the last moment sometimes, you know, I won't go into all the detail, but it was, I bought a car and the guy had ripped me off, and I unfortunately trusted someone that was untrustworthy, and I ended up paying fair value for it, but then there was all these things wrong with it that didn't show up when I looked at it. And the story goes that the transmission, there was something wrong with the transmission, engine and rear end, like the whole powertrain. And I couldn't sell it the way it was because it was honest, so I had to say those things, and then I wouldn't be able to get my money back and all of that. So anyway, I took it in that day to get the transmission, or to fix the transmission maybe. So the guy said, yeah, he could do it tomorrow. So that's what I did. I went and I went home that night, and I was going to take it in the next day to get fixed, and then try to sell it. Well, I lived out in the country, and this was like in the early 80s, and we had one of those phone lines that you couldn't hear somebody talking, but you could tell if somebody was on the call. So at midnight, my neighbor calls. And I'm saying, yeah? I have somebody on a call here that's looking for you. Do you have a burgundy car? Yeah. But he wants to talk to you. Okay. So anyway, the guy says, do you have this car? Yeah. Okay. Well, has it got the Landau roof? Yeah. Okay, I want to buy it. Well, I need to tell you there's something wrong with the transmission. He said, that's okay. Don't need that. I'm good. I said, okay, well, there's something not quite right with the rear end. No, that's okay too. I said, well, there's something not quite right with the engine. He said, no problem. I'm an auto wrecker up in the East Coast, the eastern tip of PEI, and I just need the body. I don't need I got lots of engines, lots of those things. Awesome, I'll be down tomorrow morning to get it. And so like it was like that last moment, and I had given up the faith of something would happen. And anyway, you would think that with the amount of times that's happened for me, that I would have that locked in. But anyway, learned my lesson again. And so, yeah, and away we go, back into the unknown, unfamiliar, and uncertainty. It's not pretty outside that. I don't know how I lived in that all those years. Yeah, it's almost like being in an abusive relationship and not even know it. Yeah, so back on track. So you have yourself a magnificent day, and I have our transformation globally tomorrow, October 22nd at 5 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. So here's a chance for you be the miracle. Yeah, it's time for you to be the miracle. Time for you to have your transformation, that instant one. Yes, time to have that. So just like the lady, the Spanish-speaking lady that was in the September 22nd one and couldn't speak English. She couldn't even speak English. And she's literally, and she was like, had phobias, panic attacks, anxiety, codependency. She was totally full of fear, full of anger and rage, and just tied up with her husband's alcoholism and her son and daughter's alcoholism, and couldn't sleep, and just on and on and on. Well, she hasn't had a bad day in it's a month. It's a month. And what she did was, she got into her light and has never been out of it. She got out a tiny bit for a couple of days because she stopped doing one of the infinite awareness exercises. Instead of 3 a day, she only did 2, and realized that's what was keeping everything together, and went back and has been that way ever since. So isn't that amazing? And you can have that tomorrow at 5 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. So just go to IamDivinityGlobalVersity.com. That's all you have to do, and there it is, sitting there waiting for you. Okay? So you have yourself a magnificent day, and I will see you in my future. Bye for now.